Hello and welcome to another exciting tutorial. So in this tutorial we are going to randomly answer questions to do with atomic structure, and I will try to add a bit of context to the questions as we answer. So we have a question with us here where we're required to find the element. So whenever you're asked to find an element, what should be the hint? So anytime we are looking at identification of an element, where am I? Okay. So an element is always identified by its proton number. So a proton number will tell us the element that we're dealing with. So if your proton number is 1, it means that your element is hydrogen. If your proton number is 2, your element is helium. If your proton number is 3, your element is lithium. If your proton number is 4, your element is beryllium. So whenever we are asked to identify an element, we just have to know the proton number. So in this case, we are asked to find the element. So the element with the proton number 10 in this case is neon. Then the second question is neon a neutral atom or it's an ion? So for you to know whether an element is neutral or whether an element is an atom or an ion, we use these two things. So for an element to be an atom, it means that the proton number should be equal to the electron number. Whenever you find that the proton number is equal to the electron number, then that element is an atom. Then when the proton number is not equal to the electron number, then that basically means that you're dealing with an ion. And an ion can be in form of a cation, which is a positively charged, or it can be in form of an anion, which is a negatively charged particle. So in this case, using that information, here we can see that the proton number is equal to the electron number. Proton number is 10, the electron number is 10. Therefore, this is a neutral atom. So we can check, and the answer is correct. We can go to the next question. The next question is asking us to find the element. So let me just guide you with a key here. So the key we are using in terms of the colors, so red in that case represents a proton. So whenever you say red represents a proton, then whenever you see, where is gray? Whenever you see gray, it's representing a neutron. And blue is representing an electron. So that is a bit of a key that we are using to answer those questions. So again, the same principle applies. So if your blue is equal to the red, then it means that you're dealing with an atom, because the electron number is equal to the proton number. But if those two are not equal, then it means that you are dealing with an ion. So let's go back to the question and we see. So in this case, we have 2 red, which is 2 red means 2 protons. So remember, the proton number tells you the element. So if we have 2, then it means that this is helium. Then the question is this helium neutral or an ion? So to know whether it's an ion or it's an atom, excuse me, you just compare the number of protons and the number of electrons. So in this case, we have 2 protons and 2 electrons, 2 red and 2 blue, meaning it's neutral. And the answer is correct. Let's look at the third question. So for the third question, we're asked to find the element. So to find the element, remember what tells you the element is the proton number. So the proton number is 8. So when you check on your periodic table, an element with a proton number 8 is oxygen. Then you ask yourself, is the proton number equal to the electron number? If the proton number is equal to the electron number, it means that you're dealing with an atom. If the proton number is not equal to the electron number, which is in this case, it means that we're not dealing with an atom. Therefore, your answer is correct. Let's look at question 4. In this case, the red is 1. So red represents a proton. So 1 means hydrogen. Then is the red equal to the blue? The answer is no. So if they are not equal, it means that you're dealing with an ion. And the answer is correct. Let's look at the last question. Find the element. So to find the element again, your job is just to know if red, which is a proton number, if you know the red, then you know the proton number. So we have 2. So the proton number is 2. The element to the proton number 2, when you check on your periodic table, is helium. Then is red, which is the proton number, equal to blue, which is the electron number? The answer is yes. P is equal to E. Therefore, this is an atom. And you check, and the answer is correct. So that's all I had for you today. We'll continue in the next video.